life, Greg? Are you trying to ruin my life?
That is my goal.
Actually, Anita, none of us were late. We were just in the middle of a very intriguing conversation that we didn't want to have on the air.
Yeah. Let's I'm sure there's like HIPAA violations or whatever that would go on. I don't know.
Yeah.
And for once, it wasn't my fault. The conversation wasn't my fault. Me being late wasn't my fault. Nothing is my fault today, guys.
I will back him up and support his claims because it's accurate.
There's a first for everything. Oh boy. All right. Evie, what are you reading?
Well, I forgot to read all my stories. I feel like I'm talking about soap operas, but it's actual stories. So I'm working on this, reading a couple of stories from there. And then I also have a story from the Paper Menagerie that I need to read. And then I will focus on Dracula. So
cool.
All the many things.
Yes. Happy belated birthday, Kate, as well.
Yes. Happy belated birthday.
Why is this not working?
Lena!
How do I... Oh, settings. My roommate is apparently in like a meeting for school and I didn't know that. And I had my volume all the way up on my computer. So apparently everyone in her meeting heard us talking.
That's great. Now they know it's not my fault either. This is very important to me.
Okay, here we go. Why does it make me do that?
What are you not reading, Greg?
I have not read in the last since Sunday, really. Where did I put it?
How did you leave off in that book?
Golden Sun.
I don't know how you stopped in the middle of it. Thank you, Lana.
Yeah, I just haven't had time to read. But yeah, I'm reading Golden Sun, book 2 of Red Rising. I think it's in next to my bed, so I'll have to go grab that.
And I am reading, oh geez, stuff falling in. I'm reading Girl in the Tower. I'm like almost halfway through. I can't stop reading it, and then I have to like force myself to go study. So I'm not done with it yet.
Is that book 2 of Bear and the Nightingale?
Yeah, it is. And I love it.
Nice. Are there any bears?
Yes. Yes, there are real bears.
Real bears, okay.
Real bears.
Not false advertising on the title.
Not like
this is not like dragons.
Bears. There's real bears.
Real bears, okay.
Real
panda bears?
Not panda bears.
No, okay.
No panda bears.
No koalas.
Can't tell I've already had a little bit of wine.
I was gonna suggest renaming this to like Whiskey Wednesdays because I'd be down for that.
It can be. Remember, it's any drink that starts with a W or a silent W.
Yes, exactly.
What is a silent W?
It's just a W in front of something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In front of a word.
Yes.
But it's
like
silent.
Wacola.
Exactly.
Yes. The most popular is Wabeer.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise known as beer.
Mm-hmm.
If you pronounce it properly.
Yes, with the silent W. Yes.
Silent W.
So
thank you.
With the W, is it Dutch?
Yes. I am so happy. Ha-ha.
This is a dragon. Look at him. Look at him in his majestic dragon form.
He does not have wings, Greg.
He might have wings.
He does not have
They're covered by the shadow of the castle.
I was gonna say, could not the castle-looking thing be his wings?
No.
This does like not look like a dinosaur though. Like it has all the features you would expect of a dragon.
I don't know, man.
Other than wings.
It is a silhouette, so I will.
Just as long as Greg admits and understands that if it has wings, it's a dragon. And if it doesn't, it's a dinosaur. And there are creatures that both have wings and do not have wings in this book. So if he just admits that the ones that have wings are the dragons and the ones without are the dinosaurs, then we can move on.
Fake news. Kai, if you're here, you're the dragon expert. as you have a dragon as your profile picture. So
Is
maybe you
that
could
is that
help
supposed
us
to be
out.
the blue eyes white dragon, or am I just like
Eh,
putting Yu-Gi-Oh things where there isn't Yu-Gi-Oh
Nope,
stuff?
that is blue eyes. Blue eyes,
Yes,
white dragon.
dragon. Oh my god. No, I already feel old enough, Craig.
If it makes you feel better, Kate, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I mean, I know what Yu-Gi-Oh is, but like,
No, but the original Yu-Gi-Oh cartoon came out a while ago.
One of
One of
three of
three.
them. Some OG Yu-Gi-Oh lore right
Yes,
there.
it is. Yes, it is. Oh my god. Yes, but I am reading this and it is really awesome. And if you have read these books, we did a discussion on Evie's channel about the first one, so you should go watch that because it was really fun.
it was. We did not. I feel like we did not get to the bottom of the iceberg in that conversation. There was so much more.
I know. Like, we could do a part 2, but would anyone actually watch? Is the question.
But we could talk about it, so
I
it'd be
know,
fine.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Yep.
You guys were joined by an actual Russian, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
true.
Igor is awesome, and I really appreciate all the history he adds because I feel like it actually makes the story even
It
better.
adds more context and color and
Mhm.
depth, I think.
Yeah. Magical.
That's good.
Mhm. Yep. You need to tear through some Golden Sun because I want to hear your reactions.
This is true.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Shall we read in one moment?
Yes.
Do we want to do half an hour, or we could do 35 minutes and stop at 7:45?
I was going to say, or we could go until 45. So
Yes. Or that. Okay.
Sounds good.
Oh my goodness. There we go.
that's a good idea, Anita. But I don't think I'd be able to get a passport anytime. So
Yeah. That would be really cool though. If we were made of money. All right. Reading time.
yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I don't have my headphones in. That's why I can't hear anything.
Hello.
I was like, why can't I hear people? Maybe because I didn't have my headphones in my ears. How are the books, guys?
Very good.
Yeah.
I finished my couple of stories for the Stephen Graham Jones collection. And I have 9 pages left in this story, and holy crap, it's really good. Ken Liu is, oh dear God, I can't wait to read The Grace of Kings, because if it's anything like his stories, it's going to be incredible.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Dr. Dreams. Oh, sorry, Greg.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, I thought it was incredible. So, yeah.
Oh, you read The Grace of Kings already, or?
Yes.
Nice. Have you read the rest of it, or the second book?
Nope, not yet. One day soon, hopefully. Yeah, I really like the writing style. I talk about it in my video that I have to edit for top books of 2021.
How's Golden Sun? It looked like you were cracking up at something, and I was like,
Yeah, I was
remember
quite
being so funny.
distracted. But yeah, I read one chapter and it's fine. Things are going down. I am in part 2 where yeah, things happened.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
That
how's
was
your
funny.
book? But looks like you were playing guitar for most of the
Oh,
time.
and I was reading a little bit, but I didn't get that far. My roommate came out to talk to me, so.
Nice.
Mhm. Yep. Well,
I
how
don't know
was
if you can
everybody
see.
else's reading?
But there's George, and then Max is snoring.
Aw.
So, no pink wine today, Greg?
Nope. This is leftover Christmas red wine. There was no pink option in my house, so it is what it is.
Make do with what you can.
Oh my God. I thought, how do you get rid of these spammers?
You just do like if you click on the there's like a dot thing, ellipses thing, and then you can block them.
Yeah. All right. I will give it a try. Homework, boo. But yes, wine is good.
Yes, good wine Wednesday.
I will give it a try. Homework, boo. Oh, forgot my phone volume was on. You just remove them?
Yeah. I think there's an option to block. I thought.
I don't know. I will just remove, and hopefully that's good enough. So, yep. Read much, 5 pages. What did you make for dinner, Anita? Probably something real good.
My stomach is making weird noises.
Did you have dinner?
I did, but it wasn't that much. And I also followed it up with sorry, chips and sour cream and Sour Patch Kids, because I'm an adult.
Oh man,
That's
I
a
could not eat
balanced
that much
diet.
food. I could not eat that much food.
My stomach was making the wine rumblies, so.
The wine rumblies, I see.
Yes.
Oh, I will have to make another drink at some point. But yeah, I want to get back to my book. That's all I have to report on. I feel like we're all being super productive human beings tonight.
Well, I did tell you that I would keep you on track because, dadgummit, I want to get Dracula done, for God's sakes.
Okay, well then let's sprint again. This is very unlike me.
Yeah, usually I have some random crap to talk about.
Hey, I have things to talk about. I just want to get back to my book because I need to know what happens to a specific character. I have many feels right now.
Do you
so.
have the third book on hand?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I've been told a lot, but I'm going to want that. So yeah.
Yeah.
I will. But I guess let's just go till
30
yeah, why not?
or 45 again? I don't know.
Oh, that's like an hour. We'll go to 30.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I should adjust that. Oh my goodness. There we go. Hello. Evie, I think our talk of the Russian Winter Night trilogy is pulling all of the Russian trolls to us.
Yes, the chat spam. Oh boy.
What did you say, Greg?
Yeah, the chat spammers are out in full force.
I keep thinking that I'm doing the thing, and then I'm most definitely like not doing it right, I guess. I don't know. I keep getting rid of them individually. Evie, are you coming back, or are you just lost in your short story?
Yes.
Lost.
Are you banning them, or are you
I
like,
don't
just
know how to
deleting them?
ban them. It just so I pull them up, and then it just says like there's no ban. There's remove, but there's not ban.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you then.
I can
You
put
might
them
be
in
able to
timeout.
ban them from StreamYard, like from the StreamYard thing.
How?
There should be like the same like ellipses thing.
Block user. Ha ha. That's much better. I'm gonna block this person too.
Oh, yes, I see they're blocked. Oh, yeah.
It's working now. This is way better than trying to do it on Z. Interwebs.
Good. Big tech will rule the world.
Did you say big tech will rule
Yes.
the world?
You guys, I need help with all this lighting stuff.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Your face is very angelic.
Yes.
The light.
Oh!
I know, I need somebody to come and like teach me how to do all this stuff.
I would love to, but California is a little far for me right now. But spring break, now that's a whole other story.
You are more than welcome after July to come and stay with me because I will have space.
And we can
All
go
right.
out to the bar with Andrew.
We can, and then we can go. Yeah, we can go everywhere. And then if we go up an hour and a half, we can go be with Josephina.
Oh my god. Aww.
Right. So, Sharon, and also Kate and Greg, if in case you want to know. So, if you have two lights, whether it be like just a lamp or like I have key lights or whatever. So pretend like this is you, like the camera.
Okay.
If you have a light at a 45-degree angle here and a light 45-degree angle here, you'll have good.
Okay, so I have a light over there and a light here. It's not as bad as it was because my monitor is really bright, I think too.
Oh, okay.
Hi, you guys. I haven't seen you forever.
Yes.
I know. Hello.
Happy belated Christmas.
Happy New Year. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You have a gift coming, but it won't be until next week.
Thank you. That's so sweet. It'd be my birthday gift for my first geriatric birthday, apparently.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know we were talking earlier. We're doing fertility and like reproductive health in school right now. That's like our first thing. And we were talking about fertility and like what happens in different age groups when it comes to like procreating and stuff. And apparently a pregnancy after the age of 30 is considered a geriatric pregnancy.
Well, I was geriatric for all of mine.
Yes.
But I will say for my last one, after we found, so I have two boys and a girl. And after we found out, and they were like, you need to do genetic testing. Because I had several miscarriages in between all my kids. And they're like, you need to do genetic testing. And when we found out it was, and like amniocentesis, when we found out she was a girl, we were like, nope, we're gonna do this. Anyway, I got new glasses today.
Very nice community. Yes.
Like red. Well, so when you have progressives, sometimes it.
I don't know if you can see Max, but
there's Max.
There you go.
Oh,
He's so cute.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
snoring.
I have to go feed my dogs. I haven't fed them yet. But sometimes it takes a while because the progressive changes depending on the frame shape.
Yes, I deal with that too.
Yeah. But they're like red and gray. They're really cool. And then I got another pair that are like aqua. Like
Ooh.
light aqua blue.
I have not ever been like brave enough to do the colored glasses.
Oh,
I've had glasses since I was 2 months old, and
Me
I've never
too.
gotten
Me
the
too.
funky colored ones. Yes.
I used to have bright orange glasses, and they were
Ooh.
big too.
Oh, I had those too. Like,
Why
I had
can
the
I
70s
imagine you with
glasses.
like cat's eye glasses on, Evie?
These are a little bit
I'll
cat
picture
eye.
you with them. A little bit, yeah, they are.
But
I really like them. I actually need to go to my optometrist and get a
I
new
know it's really
prescription.
hard. Like, let me see. Like, you can't because the blue light is so like they're red on the top and they're like gray on the bottom.
Where did you get your glasses from?
I'm a huge supporter of local businesses, and we have a local optometrist in my town.
Mm.
And we both, my husband and I both pay like $1.75 for our eye plan a month, and there's 4 out of 5 of us who have crappy vision, so I get 2 pairs of glasses a year, or at least 60% of my glasses, because my lenses are really thick.
Mm-hmm.
So like to get them thin and then to get them blue light and then to get the progressives.
Yeah, the polycarbonate lenses, I have to have them too.
So I love supporting them because they also have a plan. I just took 2 of my glasses back because if you scratch your lenses within 2 years, they'll send them back and they'll get you new lenses.
Really?
Oh, wow, I could have used that my entire
I
life.
toss my glasses off on the bed. They end up on the floor. Yeah, so I just got the glasses I got last July are getting all new lenses. And my lenses are like $800 though.
Ugh. Yeah.
Awesome.
Greg, how do you feel about your glasses?
Sorry, Greg.
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, I always get like very like clear glasses. Yeah.
Do you get like
I
the
haven't
same
got-
pair?
Yeah, I haven't got a new pair in like a long time. So yeah.
Well, I was getting headaches, and I didn't realize that the 2 pairs of glasses that I most recently got did not have blue light. So I was working at a computer for 12 hours a day, and my head was like killing me. And I went to the eye place, and they were like, "No, we didn't put blue light. Like, that's so annoying, the blue light." I'm like, "Dude, I'm at a computer 12 hours a day."
Yeah.
So we fixed that. I know it's annoying because you can kind of see the blue light. But
Yeah, I've never been able to like doing any booktube videos. Greg, I don't know if you've ever had this problem too, but I always get, if I try to use like a ring light or anything, it reflects in my glasses really badly, and I look like I have like a circle, and I look like
I have one pair that I'm going to use, for when I actually record again, that do not have blue light.
Urza, I agree with you.
Urza.
Once I had to go pick glasses out by myself, and I was like, I can't see
I know.
anything.
Wait.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But there's a woman at the place, and she like completely knows my face, and she knows my bridge, and I'll put glasses on. I'm like, "Oh my god, I love these," and she's like, "No, they are too big. They don't fit your bridge. No." So she calls me now when she gets in new frames, and she's like, "I got frames that fit you. Come in."
So I will say, like, as much as people were like, "Oh yeah, like these glasses," the optometrist lady, the salesperson was like, "I don't think those work for you," and I'm like, "I don't care. I like them, so I'm getting them."
I just my lenses are so thick and so big that my face is really narrow, my bridge is really low, and then I had my whole nose rebuilt from cancer. So I'm really kids' glasses fit me great. Like, so I'm challenged with sizes of things that I can wear.
Mm-hmm. So,
What are you
Sharon,
doing?
what are you reading?
Are you
Maybe?
shuffling cards, Kate?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well,
It's my ADHD.
so I'm really proud of myself because I've read 5 books already this year.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
let me qualify that. I finished freaking Count of Monte Cristo,
Ooh.
which we started in August.
Yep.
I read Game of Thrones, which was like huge fantasy for me. I'm
That
reading
is.
The Bone Maker,
Oh, Jesse said that's really good.
and then I'm reading Night Shift. And then in February, so Evie, in February, I'm going to start Persuasion.
Ooh, Persuasion is
Because
my favorite.
I have a video I recorded. I have to edit it, but there are 10 classics I'd like to read this year, and Persuasion's one of them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yay!
I haven't done any of my videos like wrap up for the end of the year.
Well, I don't edit
anything
them.
like
I
that.
just film them, Kate. I never edit them, and I never publish them.
Well, maybe
Honestly,
you should do those 2 things.
I think at this point, like, I think I'm just gonna do, like, instead of worrying about editing, I'm just gonna get all my stuff together, and I'm basically gonna do like a live stream, but a not live stream, and just record
Put
it
it
that
out.
way, so I don't have to worry about like editing or anything.
I've thought about doing that like you're talking about like doing a 3-hour stream. You can have like reading sprints, and then like between sprints you can do like a tag or like whatever.
No,
That's
not like
crazy.
that, but like literally just doing like, okay, I want to do like the 22 books I want to read.
Yeah, I'm not editing, and just
I
putting,
would just record it by myself, and then like as StreamYard, and then just list it for like the next day or
I
something.
put a thumbnail, and you're done.
That's cool. That
Yeah,
could work.
because I don't like listening to myself. I get like so caught up at watching myself like push my glasses up, and I don't like my voice, so I don't want to.
No one likes their own voice.
True.
Your
I-
voice is beautiful.
Well, you're so very sweet, but I don't. Yeah. So I still like I did my August, September, and October wrap ups, and I'm like, no one, unless you're Alan, nobody cares about them now. So I'm like, psh, in the trash. Although it might be kind of fun to like do it on like fast speed. Just be like,
Rap-
there you go.
Rapid fire wrap up.
On
here
like,
for that.
like squeaky speed, right? Whatever that is, where it's like,
Like ×2 or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Another Russian person spammer dude. Block. Aha.
What happened?
That we had another spammer in the chat. I just learned how to block people. I'm power drunk right now. It's fine.
You're ruining freedom of speech for everyone.
I'm sorry, Ernie. I used to like hate my voice because in my head my voice is very deep, but I know that most of the time I sound like a squeaky toy, and I hate that. But after having to like watch myself on booktube stuff because I'm crazy about editing, I've gotten used to it, but I wouldn't say that I like it. I could sing my reviews. That would be totally different.
Oh, okay. Speaking of singing, Sam's in Footloose, and she finds out the cast list tonight. She's not Ariel. She did not get called back for Ariel, but she's hoping she gets Viv or the other friend.
I was Rusty when I did Footloose.
She can't do the
she can't-
let's hear it for the boy. No.
Oh, she can't do the whistle tones?
No. So, but she's a huge dancer, so I think she's going to get one of the friends, Viv or Orlean or somebody.
Yeah.
She also got called back for the 2 moms, but they don't dance, and she's a big dancer. So I think she's going to get one of those 2 girls. Sorry,
That's
guys.
exciting.
I had to geek out with Kate because she's like my musical theater love.
Footloose was the last musical I ever did so far.
It's her
You
last
did
musical in high school.
Not in high school, actually. I did the summer after high school before I went to college with a bunch of friends that I had in high school. But it was like a summer theater troupe.
But they're very competitive. Like, auditions have been 7 days.
That's insane.
It's super insane because they always are striving to win Macy's Awards.
This is not Broadway, people. This
I
is
know.
high school
It's high
theater.
school.
There's a difference.
Yeah. She's very excited. She's happy about Footloose. She thought they were gonna do Grease, which she was not excited about.
No. She didn't want to be Rizzo. If I were in Greece, I would want to be Rizzo. I would not want to be Sandy. Sandy is a terrible role model. Terrible role model. Ever.
Yeah, but it's good. She
Mhm.
did not get into any schools yet for musical theater. She's got one. She didn't get into University of Michigan. She did not get into Penn State.
She applied at Western. Western's one of the best schools. My alma mater, actually.
No, you know what? She only decided, and I think Evie knows this. She was going to go to our local community college, which is a really actually great musical theater school. Like,
That's cool.
and then in September, when they finally went back to school and they were in person and not online, she decided to apply to 4-year schools in September. Like, so it was a
It's a
great.
little, yeah.
So she applied to Elon, which in North Carolina, which is a great musical theater school.
Like
Penn State.
Musk.
Yeah.
Okay.
University of Michigan, which is a really hard school to get into. And
Yep.
then Pace. She actually got into Pace in New York, but not for musical theater. And I'm like, dude, you like get in there and then work your magic. But she got into Michigan State for education. She got
Oh.
Illinois State, and she got huge scholarships to Illinois State.
Well, if she does decide to go to Michigan State, I live 45 minutes north, so you know there will be someone if she
and
needs
there
help.
like she can audition for shows
Yeah.
at Michigan State, Northern Colorado, and Utah, and not have to be in the program. So that's like the
Interesting.
best of both worlds. Like get a
That
degree,
is a...
actually make money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I didn't do my
Special ed
music.
teacher. And I'm like, okay, great. You can make money doing that. You're not going to make any money fighting on Broadway.
Actually, I have a
And she's
friend
not a
who is
fighter.
on Broadway, but she's like the exception. I went to Interlaken for a summer, and she was there with me, and she was the understudy for Anna in Frozen, and got to actually like play her multiple times, like on Broadway in Frozen. It was really cool. I always love seeing her clips.
Sam is like, oh, you want to go first? Go ahead. You go first. I'm like, you want to succeed? No, you can't do that in musical theater.
Gotta be cutthroat.
Anyway. All right, I'm done.
You get to have your proud mom moment. You get to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Greg, anything else happen in Golden Sun?
Are you reading Golden Sun?
I am, yes. There was a question about who Aries is, and the person who asked the question, so I have a theory that it's a false flag, and that the person who asked might be Aries, but they're pretending that they're not Aries, because it's like, why would they ask if they were Aries, you know?
Greg, I want to know. Tell me, send me a message on Discord or something.
I love that series.
I have no idea who's Aries. I just have many theories.
What theory is that? I want to know.
I don't know yet. I've got to settle on.
I think I remember who it was.
Yeah.
I know who Aries is. So.
But I'll have to message you because I think I remember.
Mm-hmm. Golden Sun is my favorite. I haven't read Dark Age yet, but Golden Sun was definitely
I haven't read Iron Gold yet.
Iron Gold is like Iron Gold is okay. I don't think it was very meh, but it's definitely like a setup book. There's some action. Okay, there's more than some action, but like there are 4 POVs, and in my opinion, 2 of them aren't really that relevant. And so it's just really different because you're not in Darrow's head the entire time.
I kind of like that idea.
It's interesting, but like I particularly did not like one of the characters' POVs that we had, and I always wanted to go back to the other ones. So,
but what's Evie bringing over?
Don't know, but when you do read Iron Gold, like,
okay,
let me know if you think a certain yeah, I'll just let me know. We'll talk.
All
about
right,
it.
It's on my list.
I have lots of feels about it. What did you go get, Evie?
Nope.
Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. I was trying to unmute and I accidentally stopped the camera.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Captain Strange and Mr. Norrell. Nothing
Look
like
at all
waiting
those
to the
tabs.
last minute to prep notes. Because I'm doing a discussion tomorrow.
Oh
And
yes.
it's one big intimidating book.
That is one of the only books in my adult life that I have ever DNF'd.
Really?
Yeah, I did not care for it. I got like 2/3 of the way in and I was just like, I cannot force myself to read this anymore.
I feel like
can't do
it's I feel like people that really, really love like Victorian or like romantic era literature are the ones that like this. Because it reads like a, 19th century British novel.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, then it's really surprising, Evie, that you like it.
I know, right?
Yes.
But yeah, it's
I
3
did
volumes and I
really
broke
like-
it down and,
I did really like Count of Monte Cristo. Once I finally finished it.
Wade through it because there's a lot of extra stuff
Yeah,
and
and
tedious
I
things.
did learn that not to do a buddy read over 3 months. That's too long.
Yes, it is. It is.
Because we all fell off.
We did. I agree. I'm not that much farther in my book. Where did I even put it? Oh, right here. Ugh.
Okay, we still have to read our mythology book.
We do. That might be a summer thing for me.
I'm good with that.
But I am just over halfway now, and they just got back to Moscow. I don't know how else to say it. I can't say it any other way. But there's going to be let's just say Vasya learned something she didn't want to know. It's me attempting to be cryptic. I suck at it. What is it with all of these spammy people tonight?
They're spamming. Oh, I'm still in the StreamYard. I'm not on here.
No, you can see it on StreamYard. I had to block them. But it's a whole bunch of Russian characters or Russian names, it looks like. And I find it hilarious because I'm reading a Russian book. So they know.
They can sense your Russian reading.
So how are you blocking them? Because you're the host?
I have the power.
You got the power.
Yes, the power.
Russian bots don't spam you. You spam Russian bots.
In Soviet Russia, bots. You spam bot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is an old meme. But yes, how's everybody else's reading going? Lana, what are you reading? I don't think I know /new/ whatever. Well, we wait. I still have to read Ninth Reign this month and finish Assassin's Apprentice. Greg, are you going to get to Assassin's Apprentice?
I have to,
Oh.
don't I?
I
A little
need.
bit.
Kirsty and I started that, and then we both got to chapter 2.
And then DNF'd it because
No,
of setting?
neither of us had the time.
Ah, yes. I think it's good. I think you will like it, Greg, after reading the Ember Blade. I feel like that kind of
Assassin's Apprentice or the Black Host?
No, so reading the Ember Blade and then in a little while moving on to Assassin's Apprentice, I think works really well because Assassin's Apprentice also harkens back to the old school fantasy feel.
I'm on chapter 2. And I know something happens in chapter 2.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, message me when you read it because
Evie's face. Chapter 2. Chapter 2
Yeah.
and chapter 15.
That's an early chapter for things to go
it
down.
is a
Chapter
very
2.
early chapter.
Chapter 2, Chapter 15, Chapter 31, and the last chapter. I think it's 31.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You've got them memorized.
Or no, wait,
Oh, traumatic things.
21.
It's easy to memorize traumatic things.
Another chapter 21, Evie. What is it with writers in chapter 21 through 23?
I have no
What
idea.
What other
Castell,
books
we
are-
got Stephen King, we got
Trader's
Rom-
Blade.
Okay, I really honestly one of you've got to message me and tell me because I don't think I'm ever going to read that book and I want to know what the scene is that everyone
book?
says this is a horrible thing. I want to know what
It?
happens.
Are you talking about it?
No, I know what happens in it. Blah. No, I will never read
Traitor's
it.
Blade.
A Traitor's Blade.
Traitor's Blade. I mean, it's
I'm just
it
curious.
has relevance later, but I get where Evie was coming from, where it was like the dumbest thing she's ever read.
Yeah.
It does have some relevance in later books, but it's kind of like a fire hose in your face. And you're like, what?
Okay.
I mean, I was already frustrated with the book,
I'm sorry.
like already getting to that point, and then that was just like, all right,
Are you not going to continue?
no, dear God, no.
It was my favorite series of all year.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
interesting.
And I rated it the first book 1 star. I'm sorry. Great persuasion 1 star.
I don't think I've ever rated anything 1 star.
Well, I got a lot of crap about Arm of the Sphinx when I was like, I didn't understand all the ship stuff.
That hurts a little bit.
I got that from everybody.
You're in the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, we love
Sorry.
it.
like I didn't understand all the language, and I couldn't visualize the activity that was going on. And then I changed my rating because I didn't want everybody to hate me.
No, never give in to the mob.
No, yeah.
If
I
someone-
always give in to the mom.
No,
I'm gonna give in.
boo. Never give in to the mob.
I did really like Hod King, but now I'm not sure about Fall Battle because there are mixed opinions.
There are.
I
There are
loved
people
it.
who are wrong and people who love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with Greg on this one.
There are people that
yeah.
I was incredibly pleased at what happened in Fall
I don't know what
Battle.
to do. It's sitting there. It's sitting on my shelf staring at me because I was like, I did really good. Like I read Senlin, then Arm of the Sphinx, and then the Hod King, and then this one, and then I heard mixed opinions, and I was like, maybe not.
Well, what do you like about the books? What has
What do
kept
I
you
like?
reading?
There's certain characters I really like. And there's a character that we don't hear about in the Hod King, who was in Arm of the Sphinx, who I had theories about for the Hod King, and I was wrong. But I believe that this character has a role to play in book 4.
Yes.
Because there are things about this character that were very suspicious in their encounter with a group
At
of
the end,
people
yes.
towards the end of Arm of the Sphinx. I
completely follow you.
So do I, and that is one of my favorite.
And I love
my
that
favorite character. Love that particular character
because that character was so just like real, and I think that character is there for a purpose. There's also a character from the first book who shows up in the third book.
Sorry.
Who I also think is really important in the fourth book. In my
I'm going to
idiotic
thing because I can't lie. So
I mean, we all know like there's the main characters, right? There's
Yeah.
Senlin, there's Edith, there's what's her head, Mara.
Valletta, Maria.
Maria.
Yeah.
But there's these other characters that I think were. I thought there was a character in Arm of the Sphinx that was actually the Hod King, and I was wrong.
Yeah, everyone was wrong about, like, people were messaging me after I read the Hod King, and everyone thought they knew who the Cod King was.
The Cod King.
The Cod King.
From Massachusetts.
Cape Cod
You
King.
said the Cod King, like a fish. Le Perche. Maybe Benedict Le Perche is the Cod King.
New conspiracy.
But I do believe that there is that one. At least I believe that there's that one character who that character was recognized by people.
Yes, that character. If you said you like that character.
Yes, I did.
So.
And I like that character's relative.
Yes. So that character is.
Sorry.
If you like that character, I think you'll like the final book.
Okay.
Or at least a lot of it.
All
because
right. Okay.
people complain about that character predominantly in comparison.
Like
I
I
can
did a good
understand
job
why.
explaining it who I was talking about, right?
yes,
Yes,
I know
yes.
exactly who you're talking
Me
about.
too. My favorite character in the series.
Okay.
Really?
Yep.
Like my eyebrows was raised. I'm like, oh, this one's important.
Mm.
And then the
Yeah.
Hot King came, and I was like, where'd they go?
Yeah, that yeah.
In my top 2 characters of the series, we'll go that way.
Top
I
two.
do
I feel
love
like we
Edith.
picked
Like, how do you not like? I love Edith. I mean, and anybody who's read any of them, like, they know who Edith is.
Evie's just like, I'm not saying anything.
I know.
I'm going to
Not
be
going to be a
quiet.
Debbie Downer.
So I should I read it or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be March. 'Cause
You
I
will
have
be surprised.
I have a TBR swap with Patrick Portalore. And I have some really different books to read,
Interesting. I like that.
including Jack Reacher.
That is
I mean,
interesting.
They're actually books that I would have read before because I only got into fantasy like a year and a half ago,
Mm-hmm.
with science fiction. But I always used to read Tom Clancy and all the spy novels and all that kind of stuff. So
Ooh. Oh crap, what I was gonna say. It left my brain. My concert is wearing off, so my thoughts are getting scattered again.
your what is wearing on?
My thoughts are getting scattered again because my ADHD meds are wearing off now. Mm-hmm. It's that time of evening.
Speaking of evening, I planned to stay up until 10, but I'm getting really tired all of a sudden. So
Follow the tired.
Yeah. So I'm probably going to drop. So sorry that I couldn't stay for the entire time.
That's
Thank
okay.
you for having me.
Yes. Thank you for joining.
Evie, I can't wait to talk to you about Persuasion.
I'll probably message you about Girl in the Tower. I feel like stuff is about to happen.
I'm very excited to do my reread of it and refresh my memory. And
Is it hard to listen to Bear in the Nightingale because I have it on my library?
So I will say that when I was going to initially read The Bear and the Nightingale, I actually checked it out on audio. I could not get into it. I listened to maybe like half of the first chapter, and I'm like, this is not working for me. And I've heard a lot of the feedback from a lot of people is like the accents are kind of ridiculous, and they kind of bring you out of the story because they give these Russian characters Russian accents, and it's like, really? Is that really even necessary?
Yeah, no.
I heard that's like if you were rereading it, it's very different to listen to it than if it's for the first time. So I
do know that Kate of Literary Apothecary, she listened to it.
She actually loved the audiobook.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Take what I say with a grain of salt. So
no, you're not the first person that said that. I think Leslie said the same thing.
Yeah. Should we, well, as Evie departs us, should we do another reading sprint? Do you want to read and come back at 9:45 and can talk for a little bit before we go?
Sure.
That sound good? Okay. Bye, Evie.
Bye, Evie.
How to edit this. There we go.
I need to run downstairs because I have not fed my dog yet, so I'll be back in a few.
Okay. Enjoy reading, everyone.
Hello.
Okay, everyone, how was the last sprint, peoples?
Good, good.
Well, I'm happy you showed up, Pete, so I wasn't lying on the thumbnail. What are you reading, Pete?
Sorry, I had to mute the actual YouTube stream.
Oh,
Happens when all of a sudden two Kates start talking in my ear.
no.
This is the third in the Thrawn Ascendancy trilogy, which Thrawn is a blue-skinned alien in the Star Wars universe that's completely dope.
Actually knew that. I know
Good.
nothing else about him, but I know who he is.
He's an excellent tactician, and one of his main features is that he can figure out military strategy by looking at art.
Interesting.
So, like, the thought process of different races is portrayed in their art, and thus he can see how, oh, this race has a certain type of art, therefore their battle tactics are going to be a hive mentality type of deal. So,
That's really interesting. That reminds me of, have you ever seen Star Trek: The Next Generation? There's this episode with this culture where they speak in like allegory, and so Picard has to like figure out what they're saying through that. That's what makes me think of when people do things with something that doesn't sound like it would work. Like, yes, going definite super nerddom. Sorry, I am
obviously,
slightly a Trekkie.
My mother is kind of a Trekkie, and I don't think I think my dad's Star Wars-ness came through, and my brother and I just got Star Wars.
It's because when I was in college, my college boyfriend, he lived in a quad, and his friend Joe, who I cannot believe is a lawyer now, that just
One of those guys.
Yes. They my freshman year, they all watched Star Trek Voyager, like the whole thing, all of the seasons. And so I watched it with them, and it was ridiculous. But then I loved Star Trek because that. And like my friend he had this big stuffed dragon, and my other friend made an Enterprise with like little batteries on a spoon. And every time the credits would roll, they would like fight it with the dragon. You boys are weird when you're in your early 20s.
It's true. We're weird in other places too.
I think all the time. But
Yeah.
That's my weird Star Trek thing.
I have no doubt that if I actually tried to get into Star Trek, I would highly enjoy it.
I like The Next Generation's only my favorite. You don't have the time.
Time investment, yeah, to get into all of it. I have plenty of friends that are Trekkies, and I'm just like,
I'm not like hardcore or anything. I just like The Next Generation.
I would go hardcore though, and I know how many Star Trek books are in there. I know how many exist. I've seen them in the used bookstores. I've seen a lot of them, and I'm like, I'm already overwhelmed reading the Star Wars books.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah, there's plenty of Star Wars books to read, and I'm very behind on reading anything published after 2016. So
yeah, I think the last thing I read was Light of the Jedi, which was beginning of last year. And then even before that, like, I hadn't read much of the published stuff, even though I bought a bunch of it.
Yes, I must read this eventually.
The most frustrating thing, though, so all of the High Republic things have that same theme, like the same spine, the same title things.
Okay.
But guess what? All of the books are different sizes.
Oh, that would drive me up a wall. That would drive me crazy.
It has, I think it has something to do with like the YA versus adult title, which is meaningless in Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
But
and some are middle grade too, right?
Yes, middle grade YA adult Star. It's like,
yeah, I can't imagine like what would they have in the books that would make a difference between YA and like adult. It's not like they have
a little bit of
Star Wars. Like,
I think the differentiation between, I think it's mostly age of the protagonist for YA and adult, and then between middle grade and YA, I think there's probably a decent leap in style of writing.
But like length of the book, probably.
Yeah, length of the book for certain. But even like the Light of the Jedi, like I didn't think that was that long. But for like a middle grader, like yeah, that might be a long book.
I've never read the Star Wars ones. I know we got Kai was reading
Kai, is this your first
Malazan.
is this your first read through, Kai? I have to know. I don't remember for some odd reason.
He just went to bed, or he went to get pizza.
Gosh,
So he
Kai.
is no longer here, but you can message him in Alan's Discord. So
All right, whatever other. I'm in several Discords with Kai, so I can find him. I will find.
I kind of feel like a bunch of the Discords are just like, it's like a convention center with different auditoriums in it, but we're all like connected.
Yeah,
That's what it
absolutely.
makes you feel like.
It's really funny just to look at like some of your close friends and just be like, how many Discords am I in with you? Just right click on the name, like, oh,
Usually all of them.
I mean, for me, it's a little bit less because I'm in like 40 or 50. So
Oh, Jesus, that's a lot. Yeah, I'm not
40 or
like
50
that.
bookish Discords.
That's insane. That's too many.
I'm not active in all of them for certain. I'm active in like 5.
I'm only active in like 5.
I'm honored to be one of the many.
Greg, I'm mostly on your Discord, and when every video that I've filming that's like, oh, what I'm reading, or what have I read, or oh, I'm gonna do this, like book review, it's always like, oh, I read this with people on Greg's channel or Greg's Discord, I'll link it below. I'm like, now I should just have a permanent link on my channel to your Discord. Like,
yeah,
every single video I'm like, I shouldn't have to mention this again.
For me, it's mostly Alan, and then Greg is like the second most frequent mention.
Yeah. Discord is overwhelming.
Lana, it's because I see a Discord and I'm like, oh, I guess I'll join it. Oh, I guess I'll join it.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, I guess I'll join it.
I've muted
I guess I'll
almost
create my own.
Oh,
you want to know how many? You want to cringe at how many notifications I haven't opened?
Oh no!
Oh, boy.
No!
You want to know?
You were about to say 30. Anything over like 10 is, unless there's DMs, like
336.
That's disturbing.
Well, to be fair, I have some random, like there's a world building one for World Anvil that I tried once that usually has about 73 just for World Anvil. So
You broke me.
Jeez.
I froze for like 5 seconds.
No.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'd pay attention to specific ones, and I'll scroll down, and then I'll just scroll back up and ignore all the other ones.
That's painful. That's like the people with thousands of emails in their Gmail account.
Oh, I have that.
Greg, why? Why would
That's
you
me.
do that?
Why
I'm
not?
gonna take Sharon off the stream. She messaged me and said that she has to take care of her kids. One of them has COVID, and so she had to deal with that.
Sharon.
So yeah,
Hope the kids
she's
are okay.
wonderful.
Can you send us food?
She was doing her whole like proud mom thing earlier. I love Sharon.
Sharon's great. Yeah.
Oh,
see, Lana,
Greg, you see
understand.
the love here, Greg?
Yes, Anita is one of my official Discord librarian. So.
Whoa, you can't say that when you have Potato Brarian. What are you doing? That's like insulting.
Would Potato Brarian really care, though? I didn't actually realize that until now, but Potato Brarian hasn't said anything. So.
Well, because Anita's name is not librarian, it's Buddy Reed something.
Person.
You know,
Buddy
when
Reed
I asked Potato Brarian to be my mod, this was like late 2019. I think she said something like, "Do I have to?"
Oh my god.
On brand right there. On brand.
It apparently does say librarian. I was incorrect, but
So to answer your question, no, I don't think Potato Brarian cares if there's another official Discord librarian in my Discord.
She's like, all right, somebody else gets to do something. Good.
Yes. How was your day, Pete?
It was good. This entire week has been kind of crazy. Not crazy. It's just I don't remember what day it is because normally we have church on Sunday and then we have church on Wednesday. So I will go to work on Wednesday, get off a little bit earlier, and then go back to church at like 6. Well, at the beginning of our year, we do like a week of prayer. So we have a bunch of people come in at like noon and people come in at night, like it's a regular service. So literally every day has felt like Wednesday because I'm getting off a little bit earlier and then going back to church at 6. And then there's a funeral Friday for a really sudden death. So it's been a wild week.
I'm sorry, Pete.
It's okay.
Yeah.
This is probably the first one that's actually kind of hit me a little bit because like this is a guy that's like, not only was it sudden, like we literally saw him the day before when he came to talk to like he was going to talk to pastor about something. The pastor wasn't there. He was at another funeral, funny thing, and then he died in his sleep the night, like literally the night after. So it was.
Oh my goodness, that's terrifying. Was he around your age? It always seems.
No,
to
he
feel
was. This
harder.
is like a guy. He was in his 60s or his 70s. Really happy guy though, which is but he always wanted to go out without trauma, if that makes any sense. And this is probably like, yeah, exactly. Like he wasn't in the hospital for ages upon ages upon ages. So like this was like the perfect way for him to die, as weird as that sounds.
Stroke, heart attack, give me any one of those. They'll be out
Yeah.
right away.
Yep.
Or I want to explode with a fireworks factory.
That would be beautiful. Yeah.
You know, when I was a kid and somebody asked me like, oh, how would you like to die if you could pick how you died? I was like, give me a candle and I'm going to run into a fireworks factory and make it explode. And it's going to be pretty and glittery. And that's how I'm going to go out. But I didn't think it through because exploding has got to be one of the most painful ways.
I would jump out of a plane without a parachute and just head first.
Splat?
Yeah, I would die falling, which would be great because falling is fun. And then, you know, head first, brain splat, spine crack.
You'd reach terminal velocity and that would be it.
Exactly.
Because
I'm like afraid of heights, so I would like be afraid if I was doing that. Or like I'm definitely like afraid of like at least those type of heights. Oh boy.
I've gone skydiving and I've loved it. So
that's so cool. I would love to do that. Like I've thought about it, but I would get up there and be that person who like would hold on to the side of the airplane like you can't make me get out of here. And then don't you have to be like strapped to another person your first time? And then they just be like, sucks to suck, and jump out of the plane, and I wouldn't do anything but scream for like the whole time.
I laughed.
You laughed?
I laughed on my way down. That much.
How long did the like belly drop feel last?
A good while. I mean, the belly drop feel like went away immediately because I was like, oh.
Oh, that sounds like it would be fun. I could.
Yeah.
What if you fell in a lake or a sea?
Fun fact.
Would break yourself if you did that.
It's worse.
The compression.
Yep, it's worse.
Story time. My cousin Joel, when he was younger, was in South America on like a mission trip with a bunch of his teenage friends, and they climbed to the top of like one of those like waterfalls that goes into like a little pool of water and stuff that they have down there. It wasn't humongous, but it was pretty tall, and he like jumped off it, but for some reason he didn't like point his toes when he landed in the water. His feet were flat, and it broke his spine in half. And so he was like
funny thing
in the hospital for a really long time.
My aunt basically did the same thing in Taiwan.
Really?
Yeah, she used to be in like the foreign service or something. I don't know.
Wow.
She went around and taught people English and worked for the government, I think.
Oh yeah, my friend.
Hi Sharon.
Doesn't do that.
Long time no see.
Welcome back.
Oh, you're muted. I'm unmuting you. Wait, I can't. You muted yourself. I can't do it. I don't have that kind of power. There's limits, apparently.
Unlimited power.
I know. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you? How's your kid?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. When you said that, Greg, it made me think of the end of Aladdin when it's like phenomenal cosmic power, itty bitty living space. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Never mind.
Hey, what are you reading? I haven't talked to you forever.
Well, a lot of things. If you want to know the weird things I'm reading Infinite Jest.
Weird thing.
Never heard of it.
The weirdest thing.
It is the weirdest thing. The second chapter is told from the point of view of an addict, and it's low-key kind of triggering if you were ever an addict. It's ridiculously real. It kind of takes place in the future, but it was written in the 90s, so the future is like 2000.
No.
All the years are subsidized. So instead of 2001, we have the year of the traveling, what's it called? We have the year of the Whopper. And then my favorite, there's the year of the Purdue Wonder Chicken.
Purdue Wonder Chicken. Oh my gosh.
Um,
That reminds me of some like Idiocracy stuff.
Oh, I
Yeah,
hate that movie
it
so
reminds
much.
me of that a little bit too, because there's like this critique on addiction and also the extravagance of marketing, if that makes any sense. There's a
Gatorade,
lot, basically.
electrolytes. It's a split crave.
There's also a lot of medical terms. Like they go, at one point, the 17-year-old is lecturing 12-year-olds on the perfect psychoactive mushroom and going into the chemicals of it and stuff.
Like
Chemistry
psilocybin.
of it. It's so weird. Evidently, he details out this entire RPG system in the middle of the book randomly too.
That sounds cool.
That is
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
So we started
Someone.
having school in person, but it's like in person, but also over Zoom. So we're like in little groups and then we zoom into like a big, it's really dumb. But
Are you guys in the same room but zooming in?
no,
Okay.
our groups are in the same room and we're all in the same building, but we're not in one like auditorium. It's really dumb. But we were all doing our group project and we were supposed to be like working on our own. And then all of a sudden our professors who were there started talking about growing mushrooms. And they were like, they didn't realize they weren't muted. And it did not sound like it was legitimate mushrooms. We were all just like, what?
This isn't shortcut to mushrooms. This is shortcut to psychedelics.
Yes, exactly. We were all just kind of like, do we pretend we didn't hear that?
My history of rock and roll professor when I was in college was dope. But he was a huge conspiracy theorist.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, we'd have like
Bigger than me.
like trust me.
Wait, you had a history of rock and roll class?
Yes, it was the best class ever. The tests were
That is so
basically
unfair.
like, he gave us like throughout the semester, he'd be like, hey, listen to this song. This song will be on the test. And I had a playlist that I would walk and I would guess what the songs were to the playlist. It was great. I aced all the tests for that.
I can't believe you had a class like that because I had a class like that in college and I didn't think it was really common. I took civil rights and jazz, and at the beginning of the class, our professor brought us like stacks of CDs that he had made. He was like, you have to return them, but I can't tell you not to burn them onto your computer. And it was like 16 CDs that were completely filled with jazz music, all of the jazz you could possibly imagine. And then we talked about the music and the civil rights movement, and we read like Malcolm X and MLK and all that sorts of stuff. And it was really cool. But rock and roll would have been cool. They did a follow-up class that I didn't get to take because I graduated after, and it was called Vietnam and Rock and Roll.
Interesting.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah,
so
my professor
most
was
exciting class was game theory.
That'd be a
And
fun class though.
game theory in Cold War because I was in college when the wall fell.
That's cool.
So we're talking chess.
Chess.
We're talking a long time ago. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Game theory
Yes.
is intriguing.
the hardest and most interesting class that I took was a game theory calculus econ class.
That sounds like my nightmare. But it
That
also
sounds
kind of
It was a nightmare. It was the only
interesting.
college class that I got a C on.
Because
But
you're a
you
genius.
passed.
That's like
Indeed.
failing. In college, that's like failing.
C's get the
Depending.
grades.
Depends on the
It was freaking hard as crap.
But you made it through, and you passed because you're a smart cookie. Mm-hmm. Greg, what was your favorite class you took in college? Do you remember? Like, at least
Oh,
no.
visually.
Hey, can I just say my favorite class in college was romance in Western literature, and we read Don Quixote, Nathaniel Hawthorne. Can't remember the book.
Scarlet Letter?
Cressida. Which one?
The Scarlet Letter?
No, it was a
romance.
different one.
House of the Seven Gables?
Yes. King, Once and Future King, which then became one of my favorite books of all
No,
time.
T.H. White. Yep.
And that was my favorite class, and I was not a literature major, and it was my favorite class in college. So sorry I interrupted Greg and Pete on my favorite class, but that was my favorite class.
History and literature of baseball class though.
That does sound cool.
What?
That
yeah,
would be
Avery
pretty
and
cool.
Crystal, History and Literature of Baseball. That's pretty
Wait,
cool.
wait. History and literature of baseball?
Yeah.
Did Sandy Koufax died a while ago? Is that right?
And
I
it was
can't remember.
not an entire Red Sox class?
It's
No, it
probably
wasn't
in,
Greg. I don't know where this person lived.
I'm joking.
I mean, if they went to a Mets game, this was near New York.
New York, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I would say. We didn't have
unless
any
they
cool
decided to
classes
fly.
like that. I did take I had a philosophy major as well as my biology, and I took a class called Philosophy Through Comics. And so like the big one that everyone's read is we read Watchmen, but there was a bunch of other like smaller comics that we read about that were very like science fiction-esque that we used to talk about like Descartes and like mind theory and all that sorts of stuff. And it was really, really cool.
Dope.
Oh,
spring
Florida. Haha.
Yeah, you could go to a lot of spring training.
Oh,
games
yeah.
and stuff.
Cool.
But yeah, I should look up actually if Sandy Koufax is still alive.
Is it
My
gonna
dad
bug you?
read his book a while ago, and I did something ended his career early. I can't even remember.
Maybe
But-
you will find out when you Google.
He would have been
Greg, I
like a
haven't
very
seen
good
you for a long time.
pitcher.
Your hair has gotten really long.
What, my hair?
I know. I haven't seen you in
Yeah.
a long time.
Oh,
Your hair
yes.
has gotten really long.
Yes, it is quite luscious.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, can we see that again?
Wait,
No.
yes, can we do that again?
It's only fans only content.
We'll make it- we
Until
can make it
until this
different.
gets published, and then people can rewind and take gifts from it as they will.
Yeah.
Fake news.
Oh, it's gonna be the new GIF on your Discord.
The hair flip?
The hair flip. Luscious.
There it
Luscious
is.
Greg.
I didn't realize how long it was until just now.
Yep.
I'm guessing it's because you are too lazy to go get cut.
Yes, one day it will get cut, but today is not the day.
Are you gonna go like really short again?
Well,
like
Bookish Drummer, he just shaved his whole head.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
crazy. Please don't shave your head, Greg.
Please don't. Trust me, I lived with a shaved head for the first 15 years of my life. Don't do it.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. No, the pictures are
Really?
horrifying.
Oh, good lord! I can't imagine you without your like emo swishy hair.
Yeah, exactly,
So,
right?
Pete, how is Fred doing?
I'm still on. I haven't read a Fred book in 2 months. I haven't. gotten to it.
Where are you in the Fred series?
I think I'm on book 5. I'm on. I just finished Fangs of Freelance was the last one I did.
I'm sorry. That's
Deadly Assessments is the next one that I'm on.
I think I'm on Death and Taxes.
2.
Oh my god! I can't handle the puns of this
Right?
book series. It's wonderful.
Read
Yeah.
it.
But Fred
No,
is
you don't have to.
Fred is awesome.
Fred is amazing, and you're gonna meet one of my favorite characters in that series. In that one,
But what's the female love interest? What's her name again?
I can't remember. I'm terrible with names.
Dude,
I barely can say names.
She's
in my
awesome
reviews.
too because she's
Yeah. Yes, she is awesome.
She's an alternate. I don't know. She's a character. She is a.
She's a great character that you would love, Kate.
Really?
She is a badass. She's badass.
Ooh. Now I want to read. I have so many things I have to read.
Look,
the next
there's it's a bunch of
Pete's
short
fault-
stories.
It's Pete's fault that I read Fred.
the next Shannon McGuire Wayward Children's book just came out, and it's coming to me on Friday.
I
It's
haven't
called
read
Where the
any
Drowned
of
Girls
those.
Go, and it's like an underwater world, and I'm so ready for it. It's gonna be so good. So
I
good.
hear so many mixed things about that series.
I'm going to be doing a why you should read the Wayward Children series
I would
video.
watch it.
So
Cool.
you will all know, but it's great. And if you're looking for short stories that have great representation in them, this is the series to read.
Fred,
It's awesome.
read Fred.
Fred will give you what? Vampire representation?
Vampire accountants and a bunch of other stuff. There's It's
He's
like
so
it takes.
awesome.
It's an urban fantasy book that takes place in a world like ours, basically.
I mean-
that is ours, but
Poor Fred. Like he becomes a vampire and he's stuck as an accountant.
It makes
All
me
the
think
movies
of like
lied.
Angel. Did anyone watch Angel?
Love Angel.
Okay,
Love
yeah.
Buffy.
I'm a sucker for Angel, but I love David
Well, I'm
Boreanaz.
just
So.
obsessed with David Boreanaz. So
Yeah, that's how it usually works. Yes, and then you go and watch Bones, and yeah.
I
That's how it
didn't
goes.
really watch Bones, but Angel, yes.
I'm sorry, that makes me laugh. I love Bones.
My children love Bones. Like all my kids love Bones, but I feel like in my heart
Mm-hmm.
he is Angel, so I can't
Yeah.
do Bones.
That's fair. Greg, oh my god, what was I gonna say? Crap.
What was your favorite class in college?
Yes, what was your
We
favorite
never
class
got
in
to
college?
that.
Oh yeah. So there was a class called International Short Stories.
Ooh.
I took it
Ooh.
my fall of junior year, and I kind of like read books when I was a kid, but not too much. I wasn't really into reading, and then I did not really read my first 2 years of college. But then that kind of got me back into reading, and at least somewhat. Like I didn't come out and read Sanderson books or anything, but I read like the Thrawn trilogy, Bane books. Yeah, so it just got me back,
So
or
you
it got
read
me
books.
into reading,
You
I
read books
guess.
now, Greg.
So,
Is that
what?
true? That's a true statement. Now you read books.
Yes, it is true that I read books.
That's why all of his videos are such surprises, because low expectations, and then he says he reads.
Yes.
It's a surprise factor every time. How's The Bachelor? Have you been following The Bachelor, The Bachelorette? Whichever one is on right now. Is it drama filled?
It's funny because my dad asked me this on Monday, which was very surprising. Because, yeah, I've watched. It's like never ending these days. There's just like the seasons are like back
Does
to
they
back to back.
switch? Like Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor, Bachelor.
Yeah, but usually there's more of a break.
Good night, Dougie.
But yeah, that
Good
is
night.
That's my roommate.
something that I do. Good night, Jackie.
She came out when I was like muted and talking to someone earlier. She came out and she's like, I just need to tell you. I was like, oh dear, is this something serious? She's like, I can hear every single word you say in my room, every noise you make in the living room, everything. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. She was like, I just in case you didn't want your secrets. And my head is like, my secrets. If I spill my secrets on this stream, I think that's
It's
all
on
over.
the internet.
Your secrets are now on YouTube. Yes.
Yes. What secrets? I have no secrets. I'm secret free. Or at least I think I'm secret
You
free.
hear that, Jackie?
I have my headphones in now, so she can't hear anything.
Oh, darn.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I should probably go to bed because I have to be up early because I actually have to study before class tomorrow.
What?
Because I was very distracted with political conversation this afternoon and I did not get as much done as I should have.
Is that the one on our Wine Wednesday chat?
No.
Well, there's always many in my Discord.
Yes. Oh, I guess I never really like answered that question, Greg, for you. I don't know. You asked me how I would like tell a patient like that there are serious complications, and it's all about like a balance between being honest and saying something in a way that is true but not harsh when you say it. And so it's a lot about semantics and like picking the right words and reading the patient that you're talking to. Like if it's someone who is very conservative from a rural area, you're going to talk to them differently than you're going to talk to like someone who lives in urban area, inner city. Like you just have to like be able to read people. And I personally, I like to use the medical terminology, or at least in my head, I will, when I get to that point, use the proper medical terminology, but make sure to stop and slow down and like explain what it means and not assume like they understand all these crazy words. But that way, if they need to look something up later, if they go to another physician or want a second opinion, they have heard me use the words, they can like connect the dots, and it's not just people talking over them and like assuming that they know what we're saying. I think that's
Kate, what kind of doctor do you want? What do you want to go into?
I'm not 100% sure yet. I have a couple like specialties I'm interested in. It's hard for me to talk about medicine on the internet now, Sarah.
It's okay. You don't
From
have
the other Discord was like, you have to be careful because when you're a student, like you have to blah blah blah. So I can't give like advice or anything.
Totally
but, like,
get it.
Now you know how I feel.
I think I want to do either cardiology, OBGYN, or hemonc, which is like oncology and hematology is like leukemias and like blood disorders like sickle cell. And so those are like the three I'm super interested in. I know I don't want to go into psych, and I have absolutely no want to do like full surgery or like orthopedics. Like that's not my thing at all. So yeah, I scribed for a cardiologist for a really long time, but OBGYNs get to do like outpatient clinical stuff and they get to do some surgical stuff because they have to do like C-sections and stuff. And so that's like a balance of things. And I feel like I'd never be bored. But then again, like people be crazy.
And you don't have to talk about it. Like, it's totally fine.
No, I like it. I just like feel like whenever I do, I have to put this disclaimer out there. Like I am in no way giving advice on anything. And like,
yeah. And I don't know if you guys know, like, because I haven't been here for a coon's age. At the end of October, I had to have emergency back surgery. I think, Kate, you knew.
Yes, I do remember that.
And are you feeling like
I am now bionic, apparently? Like I have rods and pins, and half of the bones in my back were removed, and
wow.
And I have spacer, so I'm a quarter-inch taller.
Yeah, not many people get that.
Want to go on more roller coasters?
She is Edith, yes.
No, I can't go on roller coasters because they're like, anybody who has this shouldn't go on these things.
Aw.
But it was a Thursday to a Tuesday. So Thursday, I had the first doctor appointment, and then Friday, and then Tuesday I had surgery.
How do you feel now?
I'm okay. Like I have not been able to go to physical therapy because of, first of all, my entire house had COVID. And then they had COVID. And then the physical therapy was like, we're not taking patients right now because they shut down for 2 weeks because
COVID.
In Southern California, it's everyone's getting COVID and then we're going to all be good. Like
one and done
in like a week.
Until there's another variant.
But everyone in my house had COVID twice, been vaccinated, and been boosted. So we feel pretty good. Like we feel like at least if somebody else gets COVID, it's going to be very mild.
And you know what to do and all that sorts of stuff.
We know what to do. We are bulletproof in this house.
Yes.
But the physical therapy thing, we're not taking patients right now because I haven't actually. I've done what I know for hip and back, figure 4 stretches and all kinds of stretches, but I haven't actually been to physical therapy yet.
Yeah, and it's hard because the physical therapist, like, part of their job is to know, like, these are the things you should be doing at this stage of healing. And if you don't know that, then you could injure yourself by trying to do stuff too fast at home.
Well, so I've just been doing basic stretches, but I don't want to go into a place where they don't feel safe, right? So
I'm curious why they don't do like
they shut down for
why can't I talk virtual like a virtual telehealth thing where they just show you the stuff. But
I'm really bad with like telehealth medical. I'm like, I want to go and like see my doctor and talk to my gastroenterologist.
I like the
she's only seen patients telehealth, and I'm like, how can you tell where my pain is if you can't actually like touch my stomach? So instead, then they order like, okay, you need to go for an endoscopy and a colonoscopy. I'm like, but you don't know what my problem is. So instead, they order like almost surgical stuff.
It is a problem because you don't know what direction to take, like screening tests and stuff, and so that's when you'll have more tests done and like things that might not be as necessary. I think as people get more practiced with this, to the extent that they have to now, that it'll be better and people will have a better grasp on it. Like, schools have a better grasp now on doing like virtual classrooms and stuff. But actually, our last clinical skills session that we did, we had to do a telehealth call, and that was very weird because like with all this stuff, the kind of groove that we had gone into and then having to do it on the screen, it's a lot harder to have rapport with someone over a video because a lot of the body language you use to like show that you care about someone and things, like it's not as perceivable over the internet. Hi, Evie. Pete, be ready for chaos tomorrow.
My son is struggling with school because their first 2 weeks.
Wait, this thing
is online.
Rock and roll?
And he's
rock
a
and roll.
major.
That's what I meant to do.
Wait, what's going on tomorrow?
Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell live show at 9 p.m.
This is like I love you in sign language, and this is rock and roll.
That. I was like,
this is Alan fixing his hair.
And this is Alama. No.
And this is what I tell my dogs. Shush. Quiet. No, quiet.
I would love to learn sign language. My cousin has a degree in it, and she's fluent, and I think that's so cool.
That's dope. If I could learn another language, it'd be either Spanish or sign language.
Yeah, she did sign language and psychology together. So she's like
dope.
I don't know. I think that's really cool. She,
if you could speak teenager, that's a really great language too.
Dope.
Oh my God, you're ruining my life. Like that's my teenager impression.
What's that?
Oh my God, you're ruining my life.
Oh. No, my daughter.
Mom.
So, a couple weeks ago, she turns to me and she's like, "Mom, you're done. You're done." I'm like,
rude.
What do you mean I'm done?
You can't say that to your mom.
Like, I'm making your dinner. What do you mean I'm done? She's like, "You're done."
Whoa, that is fast. Whoa. Was she mad at you? Was that why?
Apparently. I'm like, whatever.
That's rude. Children, the audacity of them.
Well, and then we had to apologize because then she wanted a $150 formal dress.
Ah, of course.
So I was like, what's this you're done thing? Like, you want what?
You want money?
Right. You want money?
Rude.
You want me to cook for you? You want dinner? No.
You want a fancy dress? Oh gosh, now I feel like I just sounded like my mother, and I hate myself a little bit. Oh no, what has happened?
Look.
Oh no.
Take your parents, accept that you will sound like them, but don't accept the parts that you think are bad.
I have 5 children, and I think I'm pretty okay. So
I think you are too. Mm-hmm. Greg, were you ever sassy to your parents?
Yes.
Oh, I was so sassy. So when I grew up, it was the whole like birth control hidden in the in your room and be like, that was not mine. It's not mine. I'm holding it.
What is it? Good night, Evie.
It was the whole I drove. My second concert was the Kinks and the Who.
Oh my God, that's freaking awesome.
And I came home. Apparently I came home with my sweater vest because that was the 80s thing. Sweater vest inside out because I'd puked.
Oh, okay.
Slogan fizzes. I puked Slogan fizzes. And all I remember was the person that was driving me home went up the down ramp. Like, yeah.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
Yeah. And then I remember like my dad being like, okay, you're not going to work. And I worked at Bloomingdale's at the time. I don't know if you guys even know what Bloomingdale's is.
That's where
Yes.
Rachel
do.
worked in France.
Yes.
I worked at Bloomingdale's.
I have been in that Bloomingdale's and it's terrifying.
And
In New York.
I worked. Do you guys know? Have you ever heard of King of Prussia?
The
Yes.
what?
The King
I
of
think
Prussia
so.
Mall in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought you said King
Yeah,
of
that's
Prussia, and I was very confused. I was
No,
like,
there's
there have been
it's
Kings
like
of Prussia.
there's Mall of America, and then there's the King of Prussia Mall. Like, it's the
Okay.
next thing. And I worked Bloomingdale's there, and I could walk to work. And my dad made me call in. Like, anyway, he was very funny. He held my hair while I puked
Well, that's a good dad.
after the Who and the Kings. And then my very first concert was George Thorogood and the Destroyers.
Ooh.
That is quite the name. I'm gonna have to look them up. I don't think I know what they are.
Bad to the Bone.
Oh, really? Okay, never mind.
They were they did the original. Oh,
Bad.
Mm-hmm.
I had never known.
Yes.
Yeah.
You had much better music when you were a terrible teenager than I did.
I did. Jimmy Buffett. Like, I had all the one-name bands. I went to Boston, Kansas, Styx.
I've seen Boston. They're freaking awesome.
They're amazing.
They're so good.
And for Christmas, I got a turntable. And I have about 300 albums. And the first ones we played were Fleetwood Mac Rumors,
Yes, best CD ever.
Styx, Paradise Theater, Elton John, Yellow Brick Road, Journey, Escape, Billy Joel, The Stranger. Those were the first albums we played.
I would play those albums.
It's so cool.
It's amazing. That your music taste is wonderful. A plus.
That's great.
When
that
I
was
a sexy
fun though. That I got a turntable and an espresso machine. Those were my things. Like, drink
Nice.
coffee.
That's what
listen
people want now. That's what people want now. Record players and espresso machines.
Yeah.
It's come back around.
It was fun. It's fun. I mean, the records are from the 70s and 80s, so some of them skip, but the weighting is really different now, so it really helps with Paradise Theater. You guys probably don't even know, but Paradise Theater, the original album, is etched, and it has like a picture on the album, and mine is warped a little, but I was able to increase the weighting so it flattened it a little bit.
Mhm.
I'll have to send you a picture because
Yeah.
like the album it has like an image in it on the edges.
That's really
Oh,
cool.
so the actual vinyl
The
Mhm.
actual vinyl.
has an
Yeah,
image
it's
on it?
pretty cool.
That's
It's hard to explain. Like, it has an image on the vinyl.
I love extra stuff like that though. Extra cool, like above and beyond things like that.
So
That
it's interesting because we have so many old vinyls. I think I have like 3 crates of them.
Mhm.
So that was super fun to set up. And my kids are like, "What's a vinyl?"
Oh my gosh. Oh
I'm like,
my gosh.
and my daughter was like, "Why is it repeating?" I'm like, "Calm down. It's skipping. Just chill."
Have they seen a VHS tape before?
No.
Or a floppy disk?
Well, they've seen a VHS tape. They've never played a VHS.
Oh, having to rewind things manually. Oh gosh.
But I have all the Disney VHS.
So do I. Yeah. The original ones where like
I have Bambi.
there are things hidden in the covers of the movies that like were Easter eggs and stuff.
I have the original Bambi, the original Snow White, original Pinocchio.
Yeah, I have I have those, and like people are like, you could sell them for a lot of money, and I'm like, I would never sell my original Disney VHSs. Like, why would
It would
I?
be like people would say, like, you can sell those books for a lot of money.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yeah, no, not happening.
I'll let my kids do that. They can read that.
Well, I know.
I'll just-
So I'm creating a
Or
shelf.
Pokemon cards.
I'm creating shelves of here's what you can resell
Mhm.
when I die.
This is what I want to be buried with. Just kidding.
This is what I want people to rob my grave for.
Yeah, no, my jade and sorry.
Let me go ahead and put a nice temperature-controlled room in the mausoleum that I will inevitably build, so I can
Put my books
be buried
there.
with my books.
Yeah. Hey, if we were in ancient Egypt, you might be able to get buried with your favorite roll of papyrus. Then you could bring it to the afterlife in a canopic jar and all that stuff.
Ding.
Right?
Them
Uh-huh.
descriptions.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
As long as I just, the feather didn't kill me or whatever. The crocodile didn't eat me.
Yes, yes. All of the ancient Egyptian mythology that mostly I know from Stargate.
I mostly know it
I love the
from
original Stargate movie.
random places.
With Kurt Russell and James Spader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the show, but I love the original movie.
The TV show is my favorite TV show of all time. Half because I love it and half nostalgia because I watched it with my dad when I was a kid. And I've probably seen every episode like at least 3 times. I've just been watching it in the background lately, but I don't know. It just makes me happy. Richard Dean Anderson is the best. And I used to watch him when I was little because my grandmother loved MacGyver and he was like the original MacGyver. So, yes. I don't know why I got very chatty all of a sudden. I think the caffeine from my drink kicked in, which is not a good time for that to happen.
No, that was me
At
last
all.
night.
No.
I can't sleep for beans now, though, right now. Mm-hmm. Problem.
I will be right back. I need to run to the restroom.
We're probably wrapping up.
Yeah, I think we're going to wrap up because I have to go attempt
just
to
kick
like
me
lay
out
down.
and wrapping
And...
up.
Right, bye, Sharon.
Bye, Sharon.
It was
night.
so good to see you. I've missed you all so
Good.
much.
Good
We'll do
seeing
it
you,
again
Sharon.
soon. Okay, guys. Are we all ready
Now
to go
that
back?
Sharon's gone.
We can talk about people behind the... No, just kidding. Greg, you look like you're not actually about to slide onto the floor and fall asleep. I feel like that's a win.
Yes. Yeah, it's the little victories, I think.
The little victories,
Little
and geez.
Victories.
I still can't imagine you being a sassy teenager. Like a terrible, I'm gonna get in trouble teenager. I can totally see Pete doing that.
Oh, I was not a sassy teenager. That's the funny thing.
What?
I was sassy to specific people, but never to my parents. To my mom, maybe occasionally, but I was only joking. I wasn't actually being like rebellious sassy, if that makes any sense. I hid all that from them. What are you talking about? I was the youngest child. I could get away with everything.
Oh, being the only child, you don't get away with anything because you're the only person they can look at. So you can't blame anyone else or anything.
I didn't, though. Like, my brother got in trouble for all the things he did bad. I just didn't get caught.
Because you're the angel. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Greg, did you ever get grounded?
Like one time, yeah.
Did you deserve it?
Yeah.
What kind of sassy things did you do? Did you talk back to your parents, or did you just like blatantly disregard their rules?
Yeah, when I was sassy, I feel like I like maybe I'd talk back a little bit. It wasn't like excessive, but yeah.
I was a terrible child. I admit that though, and I've apologized for that, and I'm a much better person now that I'm an adult than I was as a child. Mm-hmm.
The real question is, if you had a child that was identical to you, could you do better?
Than my mom?
Yes.
There's no good way to answer this question.
There is no good way to answer this
terrible.
question. It's still an important question, though.
I feel like I could,
Mhm.
but then again, everybody thinks that they're going to be chill and calm and all sorts of stuff and not worry and things like that when they're a parent. And then being a parent is different. That feeling like the
Absolutely.
biological change. And like, I probably am not going to have children, but if I did, I would try to be a better mom because I've learned from my mom. Not because she was a terrible mom, but because I've learned from her.
Yeah.
That's the
I think
most
that's super
different.
important because I feel like I see a lot of kids talking about how they would be better parents. And this isn't kids that are becoming parents. These are kids that, are thinking about becoming parents. They have a little bit of growing to do before they get there, probably.
Mhm.
But they're like, I can do better, and my parents did terrible. But they don't necessarily learn from what their parents did. They just say, oh, I didn't like this as a child, therefore it was bad and I shouldn't do it to my child.
Well, it's because you don't realize all the things that they did for you that you hated in the moment that were the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Or that you like disobeyed when they were trying to help you and you wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
I'm the queen of like learning from my own mistakes. Even when someone tells me don't do that, you're gonna like burn your hand, and then I do it anyway, and then I learn, which is dumb, but I do it.
Yeah, and I kind of see that because I don't know how. I know in the past my brother has exhibited the fact that he still blames my parents for a bunch of things that weren't entirely my parents' fault for them. Like essentially, to me, it feels like my brother forced my parents' hands for what they did, and there was no other option. There was no other better option for what happened for a lot of things. So, and that, seeing that anywhere else kind of breaks my heart a little bit because it's just like that lack of understanding on either on one side or even both sides. It's just like,
the last thing I will say tonight, so that we can all go to bed, because I'm also the queen of the Midwestern goodbye, is that I think that part of maturing and becoming a fully functioning, like emotionally healthy adult is looking back at the things that you did when you were a teenager, things that you didn't like that you blamed on other people, and like taking responsibility for the things you did and stop blaming other people for your own actions. And like once you understand that, I think that's like another level of emotional maturity. Being able to see, oh, this is the pattern of why I did this, but still taking responsibility for it anyway. We devolved into very serious conversation, and I feel bad because Sharon wasn't here. She totally could have come back, but I don't think we were expecting to talk this much longer. So thank you everyone for like hanging on, listening to us, and
a
listening to
great
our
quote. If I must fail, I will rise again a better man.
Oh, I wonder who that's from.
Dalinar Storm Daddy. Sorry.
Oh, please don't. Please don't. Oh my God. My favorite quote, which I was thinking about earlier when I was talking about Star Trek, is it is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. And I just, I love it. I love that quote. But anyway, good night, everyone. Thank you for hanging out with us, and we'll see you maybe next Wednesday, another Wednesday. So bye.
Bye.